So really quickly, I just want to go over pretty much how everything works rather than having to message you everything. This way it'll be a lot easier for me to show you, as well as you'll be able to understand exactly how to do everything without needing to ask questions over and over. So it's pretty much done. Um, right now you can see that I have a 0.0 KDR with a 1000 elo, which is the default for everything. So if I kill myself here, you will see that my KDR still stays at 0, but I do lose the elo. Now, let's say I kill someone. You'll see I have a 1.0 KDR right now, as one death cancels it out in the division process. So that's just how KDR works, as I'm sure you're well aware of. But now let's say I kill them again. Now I'll be given a 2 KDR, and my elo will start going up again. The elo does actually have a mathematical equation, and it actually works how elo should. Elo is a pretty basic equation. So let's say I die in this scenario. You'll see now my KR goes back to 1.0. If I die again, you'll see that it'll go to half. So the KDR works perfectly fine. It'll actually go to 0.67 due to me having 3 deaths and 2 kills. That rounds itself up and everything, so you'll never get decimals bigger than the 100th spot. So the KDR and ELO is done. Now, I'm sure one of the biggest concerns was the whole class creation system. So I'm going to go over that really quick. It's pretty simplistic. I did what you asked, where you can make your own classes. So how that works is, let me just get a couple items. So we'll have a diamond helmet. So we'll have everything besides boots. We'll have a diamond sword, and let's say some acacia saplings, for example. Now we'll enchant this with sharpness 5 for whatever reason. Enchant this with protection 3. So you have a sharpness 5 and protection 3 helmet and everything. So we'll wear those, put that on, and then we have nothing else. We'll rename our sword to whatever we want. And let's just add some chat colors. So now we have all this. So all this stuff has MBT data. So this is just to prove that MBT data does work. So to make a class, we will just do something like that. We're going to want to do /create class and then whatever name we want the class to be. So we'll create the class just testing 123. Alright, it's going to say the next armor stand you right click will become a class selection for testing 123. So if I place an armor stand, for example, you can see on the side of my screen my class is set to none. When I place the armor stand, if I right click it, it says you've successfully set testing 123 to an armor stand, which is perfect. So let's say I place an armor stand over here and here. When I right click this, nothing will happen. This is not a selection armor stand, so that works as intended. None of these armor stands do anything. When I right click this armor stand, you'll see you've changed your class to testing 123. Open your inventory. I've got my sharpness 5 helmet as well as my protection 3 chestplate on me, so it automatically equips your armor. It gives me all the acacia saplings, exactly how I put them, and it gives me the proper title. So MBT tag data does work. So this will be our testing 123 class. Let's say we want to do multiple classes, as you probably will. So we'll have testing 123. So let's just do generic classes. So we'll have a diamond block. So we'll do create class diamonds. Boom. Now the diamonds is set to that one. We'll do iron blocks. So create class iron block. Right click that. Boom. And we'll just do one more for gold. So create class gold. Alright. So now I've got multiple of these classes. So we'll say this one's testing 123. You can see my class is still set to testing 123. This one will be diamonds, and it gives me my diamonds. This one will be iron block, as you can see over here. It gives me my iron blocks in gold, class gold. So that's how the entire class system works. You can overwrite classes, do whatever you want based on however you set it up. In the config file, you could delete classes as well. So I already have a class called diamonds. So what if I make a new class called diamonds, and it gives me diamond leggings, for example? By the way, this will stay in the item slot that you select. So if I do create class diamonds, and I right click this again, it will still have my class how it should, but it will overwrite it and give me these rather than the diamond blocks that I had originally. So that's how that entire system works. Everything's done. The ELO's done, as you can see. It actually uses ELO equations, not just some subtraction of 25 or whatever. My class works. My kill counter works. The KDR is up to date and working. One of the problems was originally where the KDR actually messed up, where you could we're dividing by 0 error. So right now, if you have 1 kill and you divide it by and you have 0 deaths, you will just have however many kills you have. So 1 kill, 0 deaths, you have a 1 KDR. 10 kills, 0 death, 10 KDR. So that's all functional and working. So you can grind out your KDR quite easily. I will do so by simply respawning this character. So now you see I have a 1.0 KDR again. I believe this will put me to 1.5. Could be wrong. No, 1.33. Okay. So forth. So KDR does work. I know one of the big problems was creating the classes, which I showed you is all functional. I'm most likely going to leave it there. If you want any other commands, just let me know. I might make commands for deleting classes directly, but there's no real point. One of the things that did need to be taken into account for is potions. So if I do, right now it's all fixed up, so I'll do like a weird shape like that, and I'll, whoopsies, and I'll create a class, potions, for example, and then I'll right click this. Now, I did create a class with an armor stand in my hand, so I will have that as well, but if you do that, the potions actually do stay instant health too because of the meta. So it's pretty. If you do have any questions still, you can just let me know. But for the most part, I think I went over everything. I believe everything is sort of self-explanatory. You just got your two commands: create class as well as spawn class, which I did that. So for administrators or whatever, if they just want to give themselves the classes for whatever reason, I still have potions in my class, but I could do like spawn class, diamond. There's no class called diamond found, so I give myself the iron block class, but I could still do spawn class potions, and I will be given it. But my class will still remain iron block, just because it's mainly for administrators, so there's no real point. It's just to get items, practically, so that command is rather useless. I decided I'd leave it to you to define how a user is going to join an arena, because that's not really my, if you just want to use like MVTP or multiverse or whatever, then you got to do that yourself. I'm not going to set that up for you unless you want me to. I won't be able to set it up within the plugin though. But yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory from here, as I've said before. So it just kind of gives you the items. If you do want to assign it to a button, then just let me know. I'll figure something out where like you could punch a button and then it sets it to that button and you'll teleport into arena. The only reason I could think that would be good is that way when you click the button you get your class, rather than when you click the armor stand you get your class. So like my class would be empty, but then I'd right click the button and then I'd automatically get the class there rather than you having the class in the lobby. But I mean, as long as you've got world guard protection or anything, it really wouldn't make a difference. So I don't really see a point in doing that. Another option that you could do, which I was messing around a little bit and I could finish, but how it would work is if you had netherrack under obsidian or whatever block you decided, if you walked over it, an inventory UI thing would pop up and it'd say, yo, would you like to teleport into the arena? If so, click yes. If not, whatever. So that's just how you could go about, just a couple ways you could go about actually teleporting people into the arena, because I know we talked a little bit about that, but that's pretty much it. All the sidebar, like the ELO and whatnot, that's all configurable by me. I didn't really put that into a config because, I mean, there was real no point. If you want me to put it into a config, I can. Although, as I said, I don't really see a necessity of doing it. The only thing you might want to change is like up there, but alright, that's probably it. Once again, if you have any questions, just let me know. I just kind of told you the basics of how to create classes, how to create classes, how to assign them to armor stands, as well as how to spawn them in, and finally that the KDR and ELO are working. So, yep, that's all. Thank you.